In this video, we are filling out Georgia Form G-4, and we're going to go sentence by sentence, exactly as it appears on the form, so nothing gets missed. The first line says, Form G-4, State of Georgia Employees Withholding Allowance Certificate. This is just the name of the form, so you don't write anything here. The next line says, 1A, your full name. So here, write your full legal name, exactly as it appears on your Social Security card. The next line says 1B, your Social Security number. So on this line, enter your full Social Security number. The next line says 2A, home address. This is where you put your current home address, including the street number and street name. The next line says 2B, city, state, and zip code. Here, fill in your city, your state, and your zip code. The next sentence says, please read instructions on reverse side before completing lines 3 through 8. This is just a reminder, so you don't write anything on this line. The next line says 3, marital status. Under this, you see 4 letters. The form says A, single. B, married filing separate or married filing joint, both spouses working. C, married filing joint, one spouse working. D, head of household. You do not check a box here. You just choose the letter that applies to you and remember it for later. The next line says 4, dependent allowances. If you do not have dependents, write 0. If you do have dependents, write the number here. If you're unsure, 0 is the safest choice. The next section says worksheet for calculating additional allowances. This worksheet is only required if you are claiming line 5. If you are not using Georgia adjustments, you skip this entire worksheet and leave everything here blank. The next line says 5, Georgia adjustments allowance. If you completed the worksheet, you would enter the number here. If you did not complete the worksheet, just write 0. The next line says 6, additional withholding. This line allows you to request extra tax withheld from each paycheck. If you do not want extra withholding, leave this line blank. If you do want extra withholding, write the dollar amount. The next line says 7, letter used. This is where you write the letter you chose earlier from line 3, A, B, C, or D. The next part of line 7 says total allowances, total of lines 4 and 5. Add the numbers from line 4 and line 5 and write the total here. If both were 0, write 0. The next line says 8, exempt. This section says do not complete lines 4 through 7 if claiming exempt. You should only check exempt if you filed a Georgia tax return last year, your tax liability was 0, and you expect to owe 0 this year. If that does not apply to you, leave this entire section blank. The next sentence says, I certify under penalty of perjury. This is legal language confirming the form is correct. You do not write anything in this sentence. The next line says employee's signature. So here, sign your name. The next line says date. Write today's date. The next section says employer complete line 9. This entire section is for your employer only. Do not write anything here. And that's it. You've now completed every single sentence and line on Georgia Form G-4 exactly as written.